Welcome to the Grizzled Geek review of Solo. I am Mike.
I'm Doug.
And we saw Solo last night, and we're here to tell you all about it. It was great. Done.
Done. It was a good movie. Very good
Go see it. All right, as usual, we'll go through this non-spoiler first, talk a little bit about it, we'll rate it, then we'll get into spoilers, but we'll tell you everything you need to know, so you don't need to go see it.
You need to see this movie.
You need to see this movie.
This is really good.
This was way better than I thought. Now, I don't know whether this was low expectations going in, after all the controversy and everything behind the scenes, and after Last Jedi, which I think you and I are both kind of borderline.
I'm not in the hater camp, but pretty close.
Yeah, there's the more. I came out of that, of course, just like, typical fanboy.
First viewing, that was awesome!
That was awesome!
Oh, wait a second. Now that I'm thinking about it to review it,
yeah,
maybe it wasn't quite as awesome. See it another time.
I still think we gave it a good review, and I can't put it in the I hate it camp.
Right.
They had some choices in there that I would have made that I don't like. Wait a minute, we're not reviewing that. It's the wrong movie.
Yeah, wrong movie.
Because this movie was great. This had nothing really that I had an issue with.
There were a couple of things that you're like, man, okay, that could have been done differently, but nothing that I was like, that's stupid. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
There was nothing in the movie like that.
Why do the bombs fall in zero gravity? Oh, nothing like that. No, this was, I really liked it. I knew Donald Glover was going to be good as Lando.
Mm-hmm.
He was.
And he
was. What was that? The big guy that plays Chewbacca, Junis? Is that his name?
I don't know.
Yeah, some Nordic name.
Yeah. He did fine.
He did a great job because he got the physicality of Chewie, right? I mean, Peter Mayhew, was great as Chewie all those years, but he can't move around.
Right, it's true. Yeah.
So we got to see Chewbacca running and being far more physical than.
Well, and callbacks to stuff like you've never seen, Wookiee rips somebody's arm off when he loses. You got to see Chewbacca rip some arms off.
That's true. We did.
That was awesome.
Yeah, no, it was really great. And right off the bat, Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo, he was
He did well.
The big if factor in the whole thing, right?
He was, because even through the previews, as they got better, you're still kind of like, not sure I can see this guy as Solo, but he did a great job. In my opinion, he did an awesome job. He was totally believable Solo. You would get a few shots where I think they purposely took some shots at various angles where it's like, I could see the transition from him to Harrison Ford. Give it 20 years later, now he's Harrison Ford. You could see that the way they made those shots. And I liked it.
Yeah, definitely. Shots, he had enough of the mannerisms and the little ticks and everything that you're like, okay, that's I can see that as a young Han Solo. It was believable. Right. I bought in. But because we knew Donald Glover was going to be great. Though the interaction between Chewie and Han and Lando, they were great. But one of the surprises, and I'm not really surprised because he's a great actor every time I see him, is Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a great actor, and I liked his character in this.
Yeah,
in this
Beckett is awesome. I mean, Woody Harrelson elevates. Who would have thought Woody would be elevating the movies that he's in like he does? But
for those of you who are millennials, Woody Harrelson started on this TV show called Cheers, where he played a really dumb bartender.
That's right. Named Woody. Peter Quill knows who. What he is. He's a big Cheers fan.
Yeah.
But he was great in this. I love his character. His character is awesome, and the relationship with him and Han, you really buy into.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was really.
So it's really great. Lando's got a great droid. No,
she's hilarious.
She's hilarious.
Their relationship is hilarious.
It is great. Now there's a lot of backlash about the droid for some reason, about being too, I don't know, PC, or I don't know what the problem is with the droid, I guess, but
social justice droid. Although it was a total parody.
It was. It was
that.
You fight for equal droid rights.
It was somebody being self-aware, or somebody in the Star Wars mind, being self-aware, going, there have been people out there who are like, how could you have sentient droids and they all have to have masters and do whatever they're told? That seems like oppression, blah blah blah. And they're like, meh, we're gonna do a parody of that.
Yeah.
And go totally over the top with this droid.
It was hilarious, and it was It didn't take up a big chunk. I mean, I like her.
Just there.
You like her better than K2SO, didn't you?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Wow.
See,
I like K2SO.
I think she's better than K2SO.
But I liked her a lot. I liked her better than BB-8.
Oh, way better.
Yeah, that's.
I like K2SO better than BB-8.
Oh, think of that. Bitter. I can't replace my R2.
Yeah, BB-8's just the cutesy Ewok thing for the little kids, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I don't mind BB-8, but he ain't no R2.
No. Nope.
All right, but then Amelia Clark as Kira. She now you never know kind of who we're getting with Amelia Clark. Are we getting like Game of Thrones Amelia Clark, or are we getting Jen Weiss's, Sarah Connor and Amelia Clark? She showed up for this one. It's she's good. I liked her in this. I like you believe in her and Han's relationship, right?
Yep.
You know they're in a relationship right off the bat. It's not that time to fall in love kind of story.
Right. Yeah.
But it's great. She does a really great job. It's a relationship. There was some criticism, I guess, about some of the new characters they introduced being, you only see them for a little bit, right? You only get a little bit of them. But I think they did enough with the characterizations that you actually care about these characters, even if you see them for a brief amount of time.
Even if a character's only on screen for 5 minutes, they use that time significantly, in my opinion.
Right.
There were no wasted throwaway characters.
Yeah.
You're like, why did you even waste time on this person?
Yeah, nothing extraneous that you're like, why is this person, why was he in there for that scene?
Probably the most extraneous would have been was Lady Proxima or something like that.
Yeah.
That was, it was okay. It just wasn't.
It served the purpose for that
cool.
scene.
Yeah.
I think it was fine. It's, there was nobody. It's an action movie, right? So it had to have a fast pace. It was like, you didn't dawdle a whole lot anywhere.
Right.
There's no long, drawn-out area times. It was fast. It was a heist movie, and you go from one scene to the next to the next. And
it's a heist movie where they don't waste a ton of time on the planning montage.
Yeah, no.
The planning almost happens as they're going.
As you would expect for a Han Solo heist.
They're talking over as the action is going, like, all right, and then so and so is going to do this, or there's the part where they're like, okay, here's the plan, and then you fade to the start of the plan.
Yeah.
Where it's not like they're not going to sit around at a table going, you're going to do this, you go here, and then execute it. It's like they explain the plan as they're going through it. I like that kind of storytelling. It was good.
Yes. And above all, this felt like a Star Wars movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the nostalgia in this movie, and there's a lot of nostalgia and a lot of callbacks to a lot of not just the past films, but the novels, all the extended universe stuff. There was a whole bunch of extended universe stuff. So if you're a big Star Wars nerd, if you read all the books, all the novels, all the comics, played all the video games, there's a lot you're going to get in here. There's a bunch that I didn't catch, right off the bat. So it's kind of, so that's great. But none of that nostalgia, none of it felt like forced or in there for,
No, I know I have favorite. Yeah, well, we'll get into that when we get into spoilers. There's some cool stuff.
Yeah, but overall, like I said, it's a great movie. It's not just a good movie. It's not it's okay movie. A lot of people say, it's okay, it's serviceable.
It's okay, it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
That kind of stuff. No, it's good
it's
fun.
Yes. As far as the current Star Wars movies go, it's in the good.
I think over the course of read those critic scores, because I believe they have gone up in the course of the 12 hours since we started.
Yeah, IMDb is 7 out of 10 now instead of 6.5. Rotten Tomatoes is 71%. It was like 68, and Metacritic is 63 out of 100.
I think that's where it was.
That's where it was before. Yeah, it's in the 60s. They're always like C's.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing: is I believe the Metacritic score is only based on professional critics.
Yeah.
I don't know that it takes in. Well, I don't know. I don't remember. But there's some ticking upwards going on as people see it. So we'll see if that changes by tomorrow. By Saturday or Sunday, from when we're filming this.
Yeah, we'll see.
See if as the weekend progresses and people start seeing it, whether those scores.
I don't understand the mixed reviews from these, critics. I like this movie. If you're a Star Wars fan, I don't see how you don't like this movie. It's got everything you want as a Star Wars fan, and none of the cringy, Last Jedi moments that that ruin your childhood. All right, so let's rate this thing. Clearly a recommend from us. It's a good movie if you're into Star Wars. If you like Han Solo at all, you owe it to yourself to go see this movie.
Made it for the money.
All right, Doug, what are we rating this thing?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Yep.
All right.
It is a solid movie.
I initially was going to give it. I think I'm going to get an 8 out of 10. Go 8 out of 10 because it's good. A solid B, good entertaining movie.
Yeah.
So go see it. And now we're going to spoil the hell out of it and talk about all the
everything cool in it. Yeah.
So go see this movie, come back, and then watch the spoiler section. So here we go. Spoilers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Solo dies. Oh,
Bet you didn't see that coming.
Yeah, you didn't see that coming.
Rewriting this universe.
Yeah, they did a pull to Star Trek, went back in time and killed him off.
Just to see Harrison Ford
rage. Yeah. No, it's yeah, man. This is good. There's like a ton of cool things.
Yeah, let's go kind of thematically. One of the coolest things, in my opinion, is that just about every iconic Solo thing is touched on in this movie. You see where he gets his cool blaster.
Yep.
You see how the Falcon gets into the state it's currently in versus the bright and shiny new ship that
yeah,
Lando's got. You get you see how Han and Chewie meet, how their friendship builds. Yeah. The one thing you don't see here was kind of one of those kind of like, oh, I wish I'd gotten that. Because the life debt is never mentioned. Yeah. And you don't see a specific instance where you're like, that's why there's a life debt. That doesn't really happen in this movie. It must happen later, or it's just implied with he comes up with the plan to get Chewie out, because they kind of save each other in that sense. It's not a clear Han saved Chewie's life kind of thing.
Right, but you could tell that, you can see that friendship develop over the course of this movie.
Definitely, yeah. There's the connection they build. Yeah, it's cool.
It is great, cool. And you're like, how can they, see these two best friends develop in one movie, right? But they do it. They pull it off. You can actually see that, and you feel that they care for each other. So, as corny as that is. Now, there is one thing we get story about Solo that is a little controversial. You liked it.
I liked it. Yeah.
I'm kind of I didn't dislike it, but it's where he gets his name. So. He's
just Han.
Yeah.
When we meet him.
And then he's pretty much an Imperial officer, gives him a Solo name because he doesn't have a clan, he doesn't have a family.
Yeah.
Right? He's traveling on his own. So he's
who are your people? He's
like, I don't have people.
And then the guy's like, Solo.
So yeah.
Han kind of looks at him and then picks it up and says, okay, cool. And goes with it. I like that. I think that was a cool way to do it. Because otherwise, he named himself, and that's not quite as cool, I don't think. I like the idea of you getting a cool nickname or something like that from somebody else for a reason.
Yeah. So I don't know if, randomly by the Imperial officer, because you're traveling alone is a cool, kills is a cool thing to get your name from, but there we have it, It's not, it doesn't bother me at all. So,
yeah.
But, all right, so let's talk a little bit about some of the crew. We get to meet a lot of these cool characters. We talked about them not being in the movie very long because a lot of people die off in this.
Yeah. So what's Woody Harrelson's character's name again?
Beckett.
Yeah. Beckett's crew. Pretty much. Well, there's only 3 of them.
Right.
And then Han and Chewie join, and the other 2 die.
Yeah.
But in the little bit of time they're on screen, you really connect with them. They've got distinct personalities.
Jon Favreau's character, he's the 4-armed alien guy. He is awesome. That guy, it just like a few scenes you're in, he's really cool.
Yeah.
Thandie Newton is Val, Beckett's girlfriend.
Yep.
She's really awesome. I like her. I like Thandie Newton anyway. So, but one of the only gripes I have about the movie. And there's very few. Like I can't, most of these reviews are us bitching about stuff we didn't like about the movie. But one of the things I kind of didn't like was the fact that when Val dies, you get early on that Beckett and her love each other, right?
Right.
You see that, they care about each other. When she gets killed off, pretty quickly, he gets over it pretty quickly. Well, not over it, but he doesn't do.
Yeah.
You know, and you said he's like, take things as they come kind of guy, right?
He doesn't. He tells Solo, hey, you got to learn that
you're
don't
alone.
trust anybody. You're alone in this business.
Yeah.
There's,
But it seemed a little rough. And the people that killed her, well, they didn't kill her. The droids did, but the droids killed her because of these people.
Right.
They're responsible.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out thought they were scavenger or raiders or whatever.
Raiders, yeah.
They're actually part of the rebellion, or they're starting
like a proto rebellion.
Yeah. So they're freedom fighters. They're not actually terrorists, but at the end when he's there, he's not like raging against them or anything like that. He's just kind of like,
I'm not going to work with you. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm not going to work you out. But I'm like, he killed your girlfriend, But it's one of those moments where I'm like, I thought a little bit more, But other than that, I thought it was great. With when he turns on Solo, so we know he turns on him predictably. But even at that point, when I talk about the relationship he had with him, he even cares at that point, even though he's going to kill him.
Yeah, that was one of the best scenes. Is they're staring each other down. Han's got the gun pointed at him, and he's all like, hey, I told you. And
I got one more lesson to teach you.
I got one more lesson to teach you, and it goes to his gun, and then you hear a gunshot. And the guy falls over, and you're like, "Sweet, he
shot first.
Han shot first." And you could tell that was the lesson he was going to give him.
Yeah,
and you're like, "Yes, that's awesome."
He shot first and killed him, and then rushed to his side because they're still
they care about it.
Now, the person that I thought was going to, and they kind of like how they played this off. We thought it was going to turn on him was Kira.
Yes.
Right. Now she had every reason to turn on him, or you look at it. She's got this secret life, right? She's in the crime syndicate,
Right.
He left her there. I mean, it was an accident. He couldn't help it, but.
And she tells him, hey, I didn't, I don't hold it against you, anything like that. And you're caught between believing her and not believing her.
Yeah.
She seems sincere, but is she really?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
But it's she doesn't turn on him. She's true to him to the end.
Yeah, the only thing she does is leave.
She leaves.
It's like, well,
And there's a good reason for it.
Yeah.
We'll get to that reason here in a minute. Other than that, the only other complaint I would have, other than Tandy Newton death, whatever, get over too quickly, would be Paul Bettany's bad guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that there are no real bad guys in this. There's
Yeah.
no, big protagonist or anything like that.
No.
They're all. I mean, everyone's shades of gray in this, right?
Correct. Yeah.
This is an underworld movie, right? About the gangs and underworld and stuff like that. So everybody's kind of gray. And Paul Bettany's character is just the least developed, I guess, of him, because he's like the lieutenant bad guy, So
you think he's the leader. You think he's the leader of this crime syndicate, but it turns out he's got a boss over him.
Yes.
But he just represents
Yeah.
this big faceless organization, kind of like Vader did in the first movie.
Yeah.
In Star Wars, in A New Hope, Vader isn't a direct bad guy for most of the movie.
Yeah.
He's just the face of the Empire. Cool face of the Empire, but he's not like a direct antagonist,
Right.
kind of like Darth Maul is, or like Kylo Ren is. Kylo Ren is very much and in your face. He's the antagonist kind of thing.
Yeah.
The First Order's there, but it's all about Kylo Ren.
Right.
In this, it's not. This guy's just kind of there. He gets a cool couple of. I mean, I thought he was fine.
Yeah,
he just isn't.
Paul Bettany's good.
You don't find any
like
motivations or anything like that. He's just this stereotypical
bad guy,
powerful gangster.
Yep.
Kind of thing. That's it.
He doesn't do anything surprising, anything you wouldn't expect a gangster to do.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that one was pretty much by the numbers bad guy. But other than that, and it was fine because he wasn't, he's just in the background.
Yeah, and this wasn't really, the antagonist was the circumstance they were in, not a particular person.
Yeah.
Because they've got this, they owe him a debt, they've got to figure out how to pay off the debt. So the heist itself is the antagonist, how they go through that. He's just kind of the behind the scenes motivation, kind of,
Right.
He's going to kill you if you don't do this.
Right. But other than that, like I said, it's still, a really great movie. All right, you want to talk about the end surprise, the cameo?
Yeah, we could.
Everybody,
There's a cameo in this movie that's that's very surprising.
everybody thought it was going to be Vader. All the rumors, Vader's going to be in this movie, or Boba Fett's going to be in the movie.
Yeah, no Boba Fett.
No Boba
that was
Fett.
surprising. No Boba Fett.
No Vader.
Not even a hint at Boba Fett.
But there was a Dark Lord of the Sith there.
There, well, not anymore.
Well, true. But Darth Maul. Darth Maul.
Probably not Darth anymore. Just Maul.
Just Maul. Yeah, true.
Because this is between Clone Wars and Rebels.
Yeah.
For all those of you who watch the animated universe.
For those of you who don't watch the animated universe, yes, Darth Maul survives being
cut in half.
Cut in half on in Phantom Menace, and he went on into Clone Wars, and he's on Dathomir in the scene, right?
Yes.
He calls Kira to him.
He says, "Come to Dathomir."
Dathomir, and he's, so that's he's a cool character. He finally has a rematch with Obi-Wan in Rebels, which was one of the highlights of that series. That episode.
Well, and a continuous theme in I think it's the second and third seasons of Rebels is that he's trying to get revenge on Palpatine or Sidious for hanging him out to dry, for killing his brother. Whatever. So he wants revenge. So he becomes he's a crime lord now.
Yeah.
And is it Crimson Sky or Crimson Dawn? I can't remember what the name of the organization is.
I forget the name in the series.
Anyway.
Should have been Black Suns.
Man.
That's a famous in
the
lore of Star Wars crime syndicate.
Yep.
But yeah, so that was an awesome cameo. I like that, right?
That was surprising, and it was one of those that you're like, you've got to leave that theater going, what does this mean? Because typically these stories, like for example, this is only the second Star Wars story we've got. The first one ends going straight into into A New Hope. This one ends like it's setting something else up. Maybe a live action or an animated series on the Disney's new streaming service when it comes out.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there.
Who knows?
But yeah, they're setting up a story there somewhere that's going to go somewhere. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Maybe it's going to be a book. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, this was pretty
cool. I liked it. And when it's hinting at about some of the extended universe stuff there.
You're more in on this.
Yeah, like the Mud Planet Mimbar that he was at. That's from the Splitters of a Mind's Eye. So when he's on that Mud Planet where he's a trooper, that's that's straight out of the Splitters of a Mind's Eye, which is the very first Star Wars novel. They have there's tons of stuff on there. They have Aura Singh, the bounty hunter from who was in Rebels, and she was in Phantom Menace, not Rebels, but Clone Wars.
Okay.
And Phantom Menace. She's the one who brought in Boba Fett after Jango Fett died. She's
okay.
But yeah, apparently Beckett kills her, pushed her off a cliff in one of the stories he's telling.
Yeah, I remember that. Yes.
So there's tons of little stuff like that.
Well, and they mention Bosk.
Yeah, they mentioned Bosk.
They mentioned Bosk, that they could have brought him in instead of Han and Chewie.
Lots of name drops. There's we get to see what's the cool thing. The movie starts off on Corellia, which is for the first time we see it outside of a celebration scene in the extended cut of Return of the Jedi,
or from a video game.
Yeah. And it looks like the Corellia from the stories. They mentioned Coordinate City.
Yep.
So yeah, there's just really cool things. They mentioned a lot of places. They mentioned several planets. Like Lando, when he was doing his memoirs, he's talking about the one of Raising Aliens is straight out of his novel, the Lando Calrissian novel.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there's like tons of little Easter eggs from all the extended universe stuff. If you're a big extended universe fan, this is chock full, which is great. I love that whole connected universe thing of Star Wars.
Yeah.
If I'm playing a video game or reading a book, I like to think that it's all part of the
right. Yeah.
This whole world. It just made it feel like one big world. So I like that. I don't know. What else?
The Maw makes an appearance,
the Maw
even though it doesn't come in the same way that it does in the books.
It's just a gravity well.
It's
still pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like it better.
I like the idea.
The whole Kessel Run was awesome, right? And they even fixed the parsec.
That was pretty funny. Yep, that was good.
They fixed the shooting first, the parsecs.
And he says that he's bragging to somebody, and he makes the 12 parsecs comment. And then Chewie growls something at him, and he says, "Well, if you round down."
So you
even get that. It's just like, all right, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, and then he mentions he got kicked out of the academy because he tried to go be a pilot, but he gets kicked out of the academy. So he's on it. He ends up becoming a grunt, not even a stormtrooper.
He's just a soldier. We find out why the Millennium Falcon is so quirky and why it has such peculiar language. Right. So we mentioned the droid earlier. The droid, Lando's droid, who's an awesome character.
Yeah.
She ends up dying, which Lando really cares about that droid in that death scene.
Oh, he was distraught.
Yeah. Which, hey, man, pansexual, we already know that, so.
There is a cool scene between the droid and Kira where the droid is saying she can tell that Han loves her, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
Lando loves me.
Yeah, but, it never worked out.
It would never work out. I don't feel the same.
Sometimes I think, maybe.
And Kira's all like, how would that work?
Oh, it'd work.
It's a great scene. There's just it's awesome chemistry between all the other.
And the whole reason why he doesn't have the droid's memory wiped, well, one, you can tell he cares about the droid, but maybe not as much as she thinks. But her head is filled with astro navigation charts.
Yeah,
right.
He makes the statement she has the best astrogation charts in the galaxy or something like that.
Yeah, and so they plug her brain after she dies into the Falcon, which is why the Falcon is so quirky.
Yes. Which is cool, because as soon as he says that she's got the most complete, you're like, she's going to be the brain of the Falcon.
She's the brain of the Falcon, yep.
And so, sure enough.
Yes.
So that may have been telegraphed, but it was awesome still.
How spot on was Donald Glover as Lando? I mean, come on. He had the swagger, the charisma, the closet full of capes.
The closet. Almost too many capes.
Almost too many capes.
The inside of the Falcon is on fire, and she uses a cape to put the fire out, and he's upset about it. No, that's custom made.
That's custom made.
Yes. He's recording his own diaries,
his memoirs.
Video memoirs. He's great. Donald Glover was amazing.
There's so many callbacks to certain lines. Like Lando saying he's like, mines are the worst. When you go ahead to a mine.
Yeah.
Or see, like, obviously we've seen Han Solo saying, I have a good feeling about this. Instead of a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
There's tons of that.
There's even the Lando's hug.
Oh, yeah.
Except for Han giving it to Lando.
Yeah, the hug from Empire Strikes Back where he's pretty like he's mad at him. Yeah, that was reversed in this one, so you can see where that comes from.
Yeah.
There's a ton.
You get to see the Sabbac game where the Falcon is won.
Yep.
Everything.
It's great. The whole thing is great. I came out of that smiling,
that
feeling
was
good about the whole thing. I want to see it again. As a Star Wars fan, this last year had ups and downs with Last Jedi. Yeah. This is definitely an up.
Well, Last Jedi was up and down. There was some great stuff in it. Here's the thing: is this movie maybe doesn't reach the heights of the really cool Kylo Ren Rey scenes from Last Jedi, but there is nothing in this movie that reaches the lows of Last Jedi.
Yes.
So
and this is not a grand movie. It's not like an epic movie like the main trilogy movies are, right? This is a heist movie,
right,
in the underworld, right? Mm-hmm. The stuff that goes on here really doesn't affect the world as a whole, but and the great thing about this movie is the personality of Han Solo is there, right? Mm-hmm. And it's great to see how he sees himself. Everybody around sees him, and we all know he is.
Oh, right.
Right? So that whole interaction is amazing. So a lot of the,
the characterization in this movie is great.
Yes.
The actors, I think, all nailed their roles.
Yes. And how much of this is Ron Howard? How much of this is Ron Howard coming in? Because when he's on with his movies, right?
Well, and they said they reshot 70% or something like that. So I'd have to say nearly all of it is probably him.
Yeah.
With 30% of a movie, that could be establishing shots for all you know. You have no idea what the.
And the thing is, this thing was very humorous. It was a very humorous movie, but yet it wasn't just all jokes. So I don't know what that tone was before.
Yeah, I don't know. There must have been some
slapstick stuff going on.
Slapstick or camp humor or something like that. Well, even that, I mean, the fight between Han and Chewie was almost slapstick.
True.
Not quite, but almost.
The whole droid revolt was pretty... With a droid stomping on the... It was pretty slapstick. But I mean, yeah. So I can't imagine how, because it would have been a little more, and it would have been off the rails.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it'd been like, okay, that's not it's destroying the tone of the film.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't imagine what they were doing. I mean, I like Lord and Miller. I love the Lego Movie, but I don't know. You know.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, the way this kind of worked out, the comedy was Lando's droid, and then the four-armed guy.
Yeah.
And then some of Han.
Yeah. Your typical Han.
But
your typical parts of Han.
Then nobody else around had a lot of humor in there. You know, so
there's some humors back and forth between Han and Chewie.
Yes, yeah.
You know, as usual, as you would expect from Han and Chewie.
Right. So, but other than that, I mean, if they had like everybody being funny, like maybe Woody Harrelson had more comedy in his character or something, I don't know. I can't imagine what. I don't think we'll ever find out either.
Yeah.
If that's not going to be a bonus on a Blu-ray.
Look
how messed up this movie was before Ron Howard came in.
Yeah, so
special features.
I gotta give a lot of the credit to Ron Howard because this was a great movie. Yeah. Like I said, way better than a movie who had this much trouble in production.
Right,
has a right to be.
Yeah,
and they pulled it out. So I hope it makes all the money. I hope when they're they've just announced a Boba Fett movie just earlier yesterday.
Oh, did they? Okay,
yeah.
so they've confirmed that's going to happen.
Yep.
We've got an Obi-Wan coming.
And James Mangold is doing, Logan director James Mangold is doing the Boba Fett movie.
Wow.
So,
will Lucasfilm let them go R for a Boba Fett movie?
That would be amazing.
Probably not, but...
No, but they can get you pretty dark with
PG-13.
Yeah, without the blood. Just don't add the blood in.
Yeah.
So,
but, yeah.
Because Rogue One has some pretty dark themes.
It does, yeah.
So,
And here you go, 2 for 2. They have proven that the Star Wars stories are good. People want them. Yeah. They can make good movies, standalone stories. I'm liking them. I'm liking them more than they made.
Yeah.
Trilogy.
When you told me Boba Fett, I like Boba Fett, right? Would you ask me if I wanted a movie? Unless they were telling me they're doing his origins for the Clone Wars stuff.
Just
post Clone Wars. Yeah.
That'd be awesome. And
then I would have
been what's his name?
Yeah. Against
Cad Bane.
Cad Bane, yeah.
Cad
Bane versus Boba Fett.
Cad Bane is the antagonist, and Boba Fett and his crew.
Just take my money.
Just
take my money.
That'd be awesome.
But yes, but we're probably not getting that.
No.
So without that as a Boba Fett film, I'm kind of I guess I'll watch it, of course. But then when you told me James Mangold's going to do it, I'm like, okay, I'm watching this. I'm excited about this now. And now I'm like, I'm still probably more excited about the Obi-Wan film, but but the next 2 movies, Obi-Wan and Boba Fett, come on.
Yeah. I'm liking it.
So Star Wars is here to stay, kids. Bust out your lightsabers. It's a fun time for all. So there you have it, folks. Our review of Solo, a Star Wars story. It is in the positive column.
Definitely.
I'm telling you what, this is a new age for Star Wars fans, and you kids today are just getting into this. Are lucky. You won't. You're getting 1 or 2 Star Wars films a year now, not the 20.
One every 3 or 4, then 20 years.
Then 20-year drought. So yep, Star Wars. It's a thing, guys. So go see Star Wars Solo Star Wars story.
Yeah, there you go. Solo, a Star Wars story.
Comment down below. Tell us what you thought about the movie. Tell us what we think we got right. Tell us about the Easter eggs we missed. If you're a big fan of the extended universe and you've read some of those books, tell us what references they had in there that we missed, because I haven't read all the books.
No, I have not either.
So, all right, guys, we'll see you next time. Be sure to like, subscribe, tell your friends, and make sure you hit those links down below so to support the channel.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.